Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
She's all about true soul healing, and that really is what she does. She helps people heal, their souls heal from a lot of stuff we got going on. Life is all about that. And she does it through energy medicine, practicing energy, Reiki, and I'm learning today crystals. And we're gonna focus on that. And I skim the surface of when it comes to crystals, but we're going to learn a lot today with Jessica Poretto from True Soul Healing. Welcome back. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. And right here within arm's reach, I have my stick of selenite. It's always right around here.
So gypsum, more so than selenite. Selenite is clear, more clear. This is what they make drywall out of, actually.
When you said that name, I knew right away. Yeah. Drywall. So what's the difference between the two?
So I guess it's just it's the same stone. It's just the pure selenite almost looks like glass. It's clear. So it's probably closer to the surface of the water, or, instead of being inside of a pocket where the milky substance is, it's the same, does the same stuff. This is like the master stone. It cleans, it clears, it charges itself. It's great.
And I've understood that selenite does the same thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. But you can't get them wet.
No, you cannot get them wet. It's like getting drywall wet. It's a no.
Right. Yeah. Kind of like crumble and disintegrate and everything.
Yes.
What do these stones protect from or do for you?
So selenite is called the master healer. It literally clears other stones. It clears you. So you could just put it on you. It heals. It charges itself. You don't have to clean and clear it or put it in the moonlight or sunlight like you do other stones. This actually charges all of your other stones. So you could lay, like for instance, you can take like a piece of another one, lay it right on top, and it'll charge overnight. You can just put it on, you clean it first. It's like a one-stop shop.
Would you say if you're going to pick something, it's probably one of the most versatile ones you could pick?
I would say so. I think this is like if you have like a toolbox for crystals, this is definitely the first thing you would add to it. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
You can use it to heal and you can use it for the other stones.
Our final question on this one. I always have it in front of me when I'm working. Is that okay? Is that good?
Absolutely. This is one that you can have anywhere around any stone. It doesn't cancel each other out. It doesn't make you feel different. This is like the big daddy.
and I keep it in the console. I have another stick of it. I keep it in the console in my car.
Perfect. As long as it doesn't get too wet, like from sweat.
Yeah.
And where it gets, then you're fine. Yeah.
So I'm going to pivot for this. Somebody gave this to me. I'm not even sure what it is. I don't know if you can see it clear, but it is kind of clear. It's smooth.
Okay.
That's a
quartz. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that looks like snow quartz or an angel aura.
It's not totally clear, but it's clearer than the selenite. And I just messed up my camera. Stop that. And it's very smooth. This particular one, really smooth.
So it's a form of quartz. So for instance, like these are quartz. There's different, believe it or not, there's so many different kinds of quartz stones. Amethyst is a type of quartz, citrine, rose quartz, but milky quartz is like, I can't really see it, but does it have like a whitish kind of film to it? Or is it like this? I don't know if you can see that.
I don't think it's as clear as the one you're holding, but it's kind of close to it. Like I can't see through it.
Yeah, that looks like it does look like a snow quartz or
okay.
So this is actually a Herkimer diamond.
Wow. Okay.
From New York. Pretty cool.
New York in the house. All right. So you said before we got started that you pull cards connected to crystals. Never heard that before. Yeah, I got card readings, I got crystals and stones. And you blend the two. What's going
I
on?
do. So before a client comes in, it's just kind of for me to tap into physically, like what's going on with their body health wise, not anything personal. And I just use some their crystal cards. They give you a little bit of background on what the crystal's for from
Okay.
before, the astrological sign. It just gives me a way of finding out what oils I'm going to use, what crystals I'm going to use on the chakras. I'm usually pretty spot on when they come in. I'm like, oh, okay, it makes sense. So that's how I usually do it. It's not like a reading for divination. It's just more so for me for health reasons.
So give an example how that would work.
All right, let's do. All right. So we'll do you.
Okay.
So I'll clean the cards. I'll just say my little, I dedicate these cards for mine and the greater good. This one already popped out. Ametrine. So it's masculine and feminine. For the physical body, this crystal encompasses the healing properties of both amethyst and citrine. It is known to aid in breaking habits, alleviating stress and tensions, clearing the head, and releasing anxiety. It is a popular stone to use during times of battling weight. It is known to improve and resolve. This is also used to ground and connect to spiritual realms in meditation. The astrological sign is Gemini. And so for instance, I always mix my own oils before people come in. And this one is lemongrass, lavender, lilac, and wild rose. And it is the air and Mercury planet in the solar plexus chakra. So, and I usually pull 3. It kind of gives me for where it resonates for a person, because I don't think you're battling weight.
Maybe a little.
I knew you were going to say that. I forgot your
Well,
Virgo.
okay. So let's the truth is, when I was a kid, I was overweight. I got picked on. I got bullied. So it's always on my radar. I'm not conscious of it, but if you ask me, I'd say, yeah. If I could lose 15 pounds right now, I'd be happier. I'd feel better. Not even kidding.
Yeah, that's definitely the Virgo in you. For sure.
Probably yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're never comfortable 100%. We can always change something.
This is true.
All right. So,
Wow.
so you got amethyst again. So you also have kyanite. So no, I have a piece of kyanite. This is the companion stone. This astrological, this is the sign of Pisces. It is air, water, and Jupiter. It's the throat and third eye chakra. The angel is Michael. Physically, kyanite is known to lower blood pressure, reduce fevers, and relieve pain. It is said to be a wound healer, and its energy is used to promote tissue growth. Mentally, kyanite promotes balance and clarity. Also, this is great for like dream work, astral travel. You can sleep with this in your room because it's one of the few stones that you can sleep with in your room, so it doesn't give off a high energy. It's kind of soothing. You also got amethyst, which is the soothing stone. For the physical body, it is said to be a helper of sleep and cure of insomnia. It is known to calm the nervous system and prevent nightmares. Metaphysically, it is believed to bring luck and prosperity, prevent marital infidelity, and soothe the mind and soul. It is also a popular stone to use during meditation and grounding. So this is also Pisces.
Which stone is that?
This is the amethyst.
That was amethyst. Okay.
And you have 2 amethysts because you have ametrine also, which is amethyst and citrine. So this is a water sign. It's Pisces, and it's air, water, and Jupiter. That's interesting, right?
Wow.
So back in the day, the Romans used to take amethyst and they would have people drink out of it to prevent drunkenness. People who had alcohol problems. It's supposed to be a cure of it.
So you would say I would be a perfect candidate to get amethyst?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say yes. Especially with yes.
Wow.
Where I told you it happens to always fall into place. Just like, our conversation right before, and then we pull the amethyst. I think that's pretty spot on. They have so much energy, these crystals. They store memory, basically. So you can program them to, you can meditate with it. You can use it for, if you're, so I know a lot of singers, performers who keep them in their pocket because they have stage fright. So it's whatever.
Amethyst?
Amethyst, One lady actually uses quartz, which is kind of odd to me, but because it's an amplifier. But yeah, I always watch her. She'll rub it in her pocket, and it does.
Hmm.
It calms her.
So have you heard this? Somebody told me this, that when you're going to pick out crystals, stones, you go somewhere, store, whatever, one that's reputable, the real deal.
Always, always,
Yeah. Yeah. That kind of worries me. Like if I want to get something and I always wonder if it's, it's a legit. Um,
right.
should you just look at all of them and then see which one resonates for you? Like you pick up on its energy?
Yes. So I tell people when they go home, if they want to use crystals to balance their chakras, there's no right or wrong, which goes where. Yes, there's a basis, but to me, if you're drawn to something, that's because you need it. And you may not be drawn to it in the next time you come in. So it's very important.
Wow. Okay. And I've never experienced that. I will say I was visiting a couple of friends in Georgia. We went to school together. Actually, my one friend that lives where you live moved to
Okay.
Georgia, and we visited him, me and some other friends, at his new place. And he was into rocks. We were just walking through a mall, outdoor mall, and he walks in there. I'm like, dude, really? He was like, yeah, I have a collection. I'm like, all right. And then I walked around, and I didn't really fully wait for something to resonate. I want to get that feeling where something's drawing you, pulling you
All right,
to
let's
it.
do it. Let's try it. Let's see it, even though we're through the computer, but I'll hold up a few and you can tell me which one you're drawn
Oh,
to.
oh, okay.
All right, let's see. So I'm going to give you a variety, so it's not. Okay, so I am a rock dork. So I have a collection of a lot of these are collector items, so they're raw. They're not the pretty,
Right. And
shiny.
that's what, when we went to that store, that's what it's all about.
Yep. And the stores have so much energy. Sometimes it makes people dizzy or nauseous because it's the vibration there is like, whoa.
You know what? I want to share with you, it just clicked in my head. And I'll keep it real short. But in that store, I wound up gravitating to a rose quartz. And my I'm going to keep this real short, but it's real freaky. My mom's name was Rose. So I put them in my pocket. I fly home. My daughter had a medical situation, had to go to the hospital. She was okay, but some tense moments there. And I had the day before taken that rose quartz, hung it on my rearview mirror, still there now. And when they valet park your car at the hospital, and this guy, like maybe 22, comes out and he says to
Like,
me, he's like, thank you so much. I can't believe it. Yeah, thank you. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, what a great idea. I love rose quartz and I'm going to hang them on my rearview mirror. Thank you. Thank you
you
so
thought that
much.
was a tip. Oh
But
no.
wait, there's more. So I'm like, I reach in my pocket. I'm like, dude, this is for you. And I had an extra one and I gave it to him. I go into the hospital and they didn't have a room for my daughter. It could be a couple of days, not great conditions. I prayed to my mom. 30 minutes later, there's a room for her. And then the oh wow here is the doctor that got assigned to my daughter
Yeah.
was not only my mom's name, but my mom's maiden last name.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God. That is
You
that is
can't make it up. So
no.
this woman was looking over my daughter, and there was another woman there called Rose, and I thought they were referring to the same one. No, we have another Rose. And I'm like, and my daughter said, "Yeah, they're great." I'm like, "Thank you." That's all from that rose quartz.
Rose, and not many people, that's an older name, people don't name that's
Yes,
beautiful.
yes.
Oh, that's really, really, really
You're
very
right. I forgot about that, but I did think that. Like, what are the chances that, a doctor who's in her 40s, I don't know, whatever, is her name
right.
is Rose and the same last name, like the same first and last name, my mother's maiden. Um, can't make that up. And I was just like, all right, they're watching over my daughter. We're good.
You weren't related to her, were you?
No. I
Sister.
never listen, I never even met her. I never even saw her because when she did her rounds, we didn't connect at that point. But I just would see her reports and everything and worked out okay. But just from the rose quartz
From the rose quartz, that's for and you paid it forward to
and I
somebody
paid
else.
it forward. Yeah. Yeah. And
That's very
I
cool.
literally just put it on my rear view. It was either the day before that morning, not knowing that I was, driving to the hospital. But you can't, connections, and anybody that looks at those things and says, "Yeah, well, come on." Yeah, I'm like, all right. But to me, they all lined up, you know?
It was absolutely her, because I'm sure that you're a single dad. That's a lot for one person to handle. You're worried. You're hustle and
Needs
bustle.
needed some help.
And
Need
she
some help.
knew that. She knew that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's a really cool story.
I could keep going.
I
I got
I,
it's
I bet.
nonstop. Well, I told you the password for my router, that was another with her name that randomly showed up.
Yeah.
And
Did you
that's
ever figure out the numbers on that?
the sequence. No,
It
no,
wasn't a birthday or anything?
no. Still, I look at it on the wall. I'm like, I haven't played the numbers in the lottery, haven't won yet. Somebody told me they resonate with 7 and 11. 7 and 11 keeps coming back.
I think was that. Yeah.
And then I thought about it. My dad passed away on 7/11. And if you add 83, you get 11.
Yes.
And somebody told me she might be telling you the other way around. 11/7, November 7, something good is going to happen. I can tell you this. I started my radio career, my second job, but it was the big job, and I stayed there for almost 30 years on 11/7. I don't
And
know, got nothing. That's it.
and you said your dad died on, and that was right when you met your sister, right? Or you?
I have a half sister. I
Yeah.
started communicating with. I found in the last 2 weeks, but he died on 7/11/83, and
And
it's 7/11, and then 8/3 if you add it together, 11.
and that's not her birthday or her son's birthday?
No, but that's a really good point. I should ask her because she has a daughter. She has a
Daughter.
daughter.
The one
Yes.
that was in
Yeah.
play. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's yeah.
You're onto something there, and I'm gonna message her today and ask her birthday, her daughter's. Yeah.
Because 83, how, because I was born in 80, so maybe it's the year she was born or something close to that.
She is 45,
Okay.
46, somewhere around there.
40, 42. Yeah.
Hmm, thank you. I didn't even think of that, but that is, because it's connected to my dad, and maybe my mom is telling me something, because the password thing with her name
Mhm.
and the half sister I discovered all came right around the same time. So maybe there's something there.
Absolutely. That's
All
very,
right. All right.
very, very cool.
Thank you.
No,
Didn't mean to pivot there, but
no, no.
it
Everything is
was
connected.
it was rose quartz connected. There's something with the rose quartz. I don't know what it is.
That's funny because I'm doing something in school right now, and it's a psychic rose, learning about a psychic rose, and that's what we're envisioning. And I have a lot of really pretty rose essential oils from Egypt that smell, because rose doesn't always smell very good, but these ones smell
Hmm.
divine. They're so good. So there's the roses in the air.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Real quick, you
Yeah.
had some stones that you were holding up.
Okay. So I'm gonna hold up a few. You tell me which one you resonate with.
Sure.
So here's one.
Yeah. In my mind, I'm giving it a number 1 to 10.
Okay. So that's all right.
The last one I got like a 4. This one I have like a 6.
Okay.
Hmm. Um, very high up there, and I don't know why.
Okay. But it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, floating around a 6. And it's not about the looks. I'm discounting the looks. I'm going
No.
for the feeling, because that last one was way prettier than the other ones.
Okay.
But okay, great. But the one before that, something.
Okay. So it's a quartz. This is there's a few different names for it, but there's a bit of a fire quartz is in here, and also in quattro is what they call it, because there's other, I don't know if you can see if there's other quartz inside of there.
Yeah.
And yeah, this has a very high vibration, very, very high. So, and it's very grounding, and you're an earth sign, so this would make much sense that you would gravitate towards this.
What is
Um,
it?
So there's a few different names. It's in Quattro quartz. So it's quartz within a quartz, and a little bit of some, I would say probably carnelian or something is in there because it's dark red. So this is going to be more deserty quartz. You'll find this in where there's a little more red clay.
So if I went somewhere and I wanted a stone like that, what would I say? Do you have blank
In Quattro.
in Quattro?
Yeah.
It almost sounds like in vitro. I don't know why that's.
It's the first thing I thought of too. And I was like, because there's different names. I'm like, and it's when you put this in, it's rare because there's not, just because of the other stones that are, in this piece of quartz, but it has a really high vibration. It's pretty, you wouldn't sleep with this in your room. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, all right. Stuff like that I would not even think of.
So I do like a little concierge, I call it a concierge service for people because a lot of people always ask me, what can I, or they'll call me, what can I use? I'm going into court, or I'm going to start a new job, or I'm going to do this. What can I use? So I always tell them, whatever resonates with you, but you know, carry this with this, don't put them together. I'm not sleeping well. And this one girl, she says to me, I'm not sleeping well. And she sends me a picture of all these stones that she has in her bedroom. And I said, well, no wonder you
Yeah.
can't sleep. She had such high, like these very, very, upper, I call them. You
Wow.
have and they cancel each other out. So if she even had a stone that is helping her sleep, all the other stones didn't belong next to them. So they're kind of categorized.
Wow. I wasn't even aware of that.
Yeah.
What is this? Somebody gave this to me, and I know it has a name, and I keep this on top of my selenite. Can you see that?
Pyrite.
Trying to get it to focus.
Pyrite. It's a piece of pyrite. Pyrite is
No, it's not a stone. It's a statue.
but it's
Mitch,
carved out of what is that? Pyrite? Let's see.
oh gosh, I'm
Is
trying to
it
get
is it the lady with all the hands?
uh yes.
Okay, so that is Lakshmi.
What?
I know Lakshmi. She's it's a an Hindu goddess. She I think it's a she. I don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah, there's she has different hands, and she's the
I actually have somebody else gave me, and I guess it's very similar. And these are metal, but
oh wow. That's beautiful. So I don't know if that's gold or pyrite.
I'm not
Pyrite
really sure. But and there's another one. There's another one that looks like that, where the face is more.
elephant.
Yes.
Okay, so that is so a friend of mine who's from Trinidad, and they're Hindus. That is the god of, I guess, luck, prosperity in
Okay.
there. Yeah, those are beautiful.
And all the hands. Which one is that one?
Lakshmi.
Lakshmi.
I actually have I have an oracle deck that has goddess and goddesses. I'll have to see if I can find it. Yeah, those are very good luck because I've seen
Huh,
those a few
okay.
times.
Somebody gave them to me probably 2 years ago. I got to remember who it was. It was so long
I was gonna
ago.
say if it's someone that is from that's Buddhist or Hindu or
Um, yeah, I want to say yes or def from the Caribbean.
okay, yes. So
Hmm.
one of them one of them, I think it's the one with the elephant, goes by the door in your home, like the front door, like that's for like your your home, your place where you
Okay.
rest. So it's good
Huh.
luck. So
Interesting.
for us, raised Catholic, it would be like the Blessed Mother, or um I would say Saint Francis, right by the
Gotcha.
door. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's just a blessing when somebody comes through the door. Just
Yeah.
good vibes.
Yes, very,
Yeah.
very good.
It's so funny. I didn't teach my daughter this or anything like it. Come home the other day, she's saging our place. Like, what are you
That's
doing?
good. She must have felt something.
I don't know. And the stick of sage was like in the corner somewhere, and I haven't even used it in forever. It was like, where are you getting this from? Maybe it
Yeah,
was If it was TikTok, I like TikTok again.
well, right for some things. That's so funny. It was it hot outside? Don't use smoke in the house when it's really, really humid or warm,
Why is that?
because the negative energy or dense energy, loves to stick to humid places, crevices, dark.
Wow. Never
hot.
heard that.
Yeah. So during here, especially in Florida, I try to use less smoke and more sound or like my
Spray.
aerosol. Yeah.
Yep. And I do have I have Palo Santo over there, but it's 100%, it's
Yeah.
organic. It's the real deal, not, not Bath and Body Works and,
Mixed with yeah.
But
Or
then again, somebody even said to me that it's really about the intention.
it
The
is.
intention you put into it. You could be spraying water, I guess, maybe, but I don't know.
No, absolutely. It is about the intention. But when you're using like a sacred, like a Palo Santo, the trees they're very sacred to the people in the Amazon. And they don't take from trees that are alive. They take from ones that are fallen, and they're 200 years old.
Right.
So is the intention behind that to me is important.
Wow. I learned a lot today. Seriously. This is like super cool stuff. I could go on forever, but we're out of time. Jessica, how do we find you?
You can find me on the internet, www.truesoulhealing.com. I'm on Facebook and Instagram under True Soul Healing. And my phone number is 561-444-2411.
I don't think there's a better name for what you do. That is, and kudos to locking down that URL, truesoulhealing.com, because that's really what it is. We need to heal our souls and anybody that says, well, I'm fine, no. We all have stuff that we have to work on. And that's about the soul and the truth.
And we can all heal ourselves. That's my job, is to show you the way to do it. It's I'm not doing it. It's you have the ability to do it yourself.
Exactly. And that can be through many different ways, and even just stones or crystals that we talked about today.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here.
Have a good one.
You too. Thanks.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.